Hi guys, ako para si Richmond ng Gadget Psychic and welcome back to my channel. So today, hawak natin here is the Xiaomi 11T Pro. So gusto ko i-share sa inyo ang complete experience ko dito sa phone na ito and bakit ko siya mare-recommend o bakit di ko siya mare-recommend. And of course, this phone is the latest flagship ni Xiaomi and it's the T series na spin-off ng Mi 11. And it has the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 the chipset and it's a 5G na processor. Inside it's a 5 nanometer chip. Now it's probably the fastest na available chip ni Qualcomm, and yeah, siguro mas mabilis kanya is overclock version nito which is the 888 plus. Kunti lang naman diferensya. It's not really that much of a big deal and it's already fast enough. Okay, so this one tumatakbo siya sa Android 11, then MIUI 12.5, and of course yun ang pinaka UI ni Xiaomi MIUI na of course it's a it's a heavily customized na Android na UI, and definitely for me it's a very nice one. Heavily customized siya to look a lot like yung kay Apple pero definitely it has its own perks having MIUI though there's a lot of bloatwares inside. Pero of course, syempre, pwede man burahin. Hindi naman natin maiwasan may mga bloatware. Syempre, it's part ng ng marketing nila. Syempre, kailangan nila kumita rin. So, parang advertisement lang yan. So, maglalagay sila mga bloatwares. Pero, yeah, you're free to delete it kung hindi naman kailangan. So, yan lang naman ang siguro nakita ko downside sa MIUI as compared sa ibang UI. Guys, pag-usapan natin ang kanyang screen. So, this phone has an AMOLED display. 6.67 inch. And it has a 1 billion colors. Ang meaning ng 1 billion colors is that makakanood kayo ng mga videos na at a very nice na resolution. Yung sobrang detailed na siguro makikita pa rin sa naked eye natin. Siyempre, mas maraming colors, mas maganda yung dating So, syempre, iba yung mga iba 60 million colors lang. Pero si Xiaomi, binibigay nila sa'yo buong-buo yung colors at a 1 billion colors sa kanyang display. Now, 120 Hz is definitely one of the cream dito sa dito sa phone na ito. Syempre, mga gamers out there, grabe, 120 Hz is definitely a plus. HDR10 plus pa to. Then, of course, ang maximum brightness niya is up to 1,000 nits kung once na nilagay mo siya sa maximum dito sa brightness mo. Now, syempre, dinala ko to under the bright sunlight. Nanood tayo ng video and nag-try din tayo gumamit ng phone. So, A-okay siya. Masasabi ko siya, wala ka problema. I was able to breeze through dito sa phone na ito, playing some games under the bright sunlight. Tinay lang natin just for fun para masabi natin na na okay siya yung display niya. And definitely masasabi ko siya, it's really good. Now, nag-try naman tayo manood ng mga ilang movies, nanood tayo ng ilang mga videos, and nag-try tayo manood ng mga 4K videos like this one, sa mga nature. Ito yung mga okay na panoorin mga nature na videos, and masasabi ko sa inyo guys, it's very vibrant, So makita mo yung colors niya is very punchy. Yung parang sobrang detail, ipakita mo dito siguro I guess sa in person makita nyo. Dahil na itong feathers nitong parrot na to, Kasi medyo napansin ko siya. Yung niya, yung fading ng color niya dito, yung transition ng colors niya from blue to yellow, makita mo yung details niya. Siguro yun ang meaning ni Xiaomi, giving you the 1 billion colors na resolution dito sa screen. Yun makita mo yung sobrang detailed na sa mga pictures, sa mga videos, baka iba as compared sa mga 60 million colors. Bakit ba talaga yung sheer difference niya Now, of course, syempre, while watching the video, masasabi ko sa inyo, this phone is powered by Harman Kardon, So, this is probably isa sa mga difference, main upgrade ng Pro versus non-Pro version, is the Harman Kardon speakers. Now, meron siya dalawang speakers dito sa ibabaw, Ayan. So, ito sa ibabaw, as well as dito sa ilalim, and loudspeaker. So, itong loudspeaker na to, it enables us to have a very nice and very immersive experience while watching mga videos, especially when you're listening to music, when you're playing games. Mararamdaman mo yung ganda ng sound ng Harman Kardon. Now, of course, if you're not satisfied with that, pwede naman kayo gumamit ng mga Bluetooth headphones, para ma-feel nyo, no? O syempre, mas solong-solo mo na yung sound. Pero, masasabi ko sa inyo guys, itong powered by Harman Kardon is definitely is another plus na features na dito sa Pro version, and it's definitely worth mentioning kasi napag sound tripping ako dito, and it's really nice, no? So was able to use it for Zoom meetings and of course Google Meet, and masasabi ko sa inyo yung sound okay siya, no? Hindi siya tunog lata. Lalo ko minamaximum ko kasi when I attend meetings, sinasagad ko kasi para marinig ko na maayos. And there are some other phones, pag sinasagad mo video, especially when you're doing some meetings sa Zoom, marinig mo medyo parang sumasabog. Okay? So, kailangan mo i-lower yung volume, which in essence, minsan hindi ko siya narinig kasi syempre, nasa loob ka ng kwarto and you're doing some other things, and of course, may kunting distraction. Medyo nababawasan yung clarity, no? When you're listening to yung meeting. But of course, ito, masasabi ko siya, buong buo yung sound, okay siya, no, when you're doing some meetings on this phone. Now, i-mention ko na rin, no, na ang phone na ito is protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. Meaning na isa siya sa pinaka-toughest glass, no, na available right now, no, nagawa ni Corning Gorilla. And yung scratch level niya is mataas. Okay, scratch resistance is mataas. Of course, syempre, huwag mo naman i-try na i-scratch siya just for testing. Of course, pwede mo na kayo manood ng mga videos kay Jerry Riggs Everything. Ginagawa niya yun, no? So, tinitear down niya, nina-scratch niya, sinusunog niya, and whatever. Grabe, believe ako sa taong yan, no? He just, talagang literally sinisira na yung phone para makita natin yung durability niya. So, this is also powered, protected by aluminum frames. And ang likod niya is also Corning Gorilla Glass, no? So, hindi ko lang sure kung anong glass level nito, pero definitely it's a glass, no? And this phone is weighing at around 204 grams. So, hindi naman siya kabigatan tulad ng Mi 11 Ultra, which is definitely grabe ang bigat nun. Pero syempre, that ones is the pinaka-premium na ni Xiaomi yun. And it's really heavy, no? So, it's one of my daily drivers. And masasabi ko sa inyo, talagang bigat niya, no? Browsing through this phone, masasabi ko sa inyo, I really love yung 120 Hz niya, no? It's really kicking in, especially pag nagbabrowse ka, makita mo yung transition ng screen mo when you scroll. It's really smooth sa mata, no? Of course, pag nasanay ka sa 120 Hz, bumababa ka na 60 Hz, mafe-feel mo talaga yung sheer difference niya, no? When it comes to, yung parang hinahabol ng mata mo. Okay? So, parang putol-putol when it's 60 Hz daw. So, talaga mafe-feel mo when nasanay yung mata mo sa 120 Hz. No, parang once na-upgrade ka, ang hirap na mag-downgrade din, no? So, like I said, 120 Hz. So, siya, no? So, meron siya automatic na, mag-step down siya when hindi mo kailangan. Mababa siya sa 60 Hz. Then, when you need it, tsaka siya akit ng 120 Hz para, of course, makatipid ka ng battery. 120 Hz, masasabi ko sa inyo guys, it's really battery hug siya, no? So, now, speaking of battery, no, this phone has a 5,000 milliampere hours of battery, and it can charge up to 120 watts of fast charging, no? Yun ang pinagmamalaki ni Xiaomi ngayon, eh. It's, of course, dito lang din kay Pro mo mararamdaman yung 120 Hz of fast charging, no? It's really fast. Now, sinabi ni Xiaomi, no, na kaya niya mag-charge up to 100% in 17 minutes. Okay, so based on my testing, na-achieve natin up to 100% in 25 minutes. Of course, depende sa condition, depende sa kuryente. Maybe sa China, okay ang kuryente nila, stable, pero dito sa atin, alam mo naman si Maynila. So dito of course, depende sa situation. Sa China, baka magandang kanilang kuryente, very stable. Dito sa atin, si Meralco, ewan ko. Madalas pumipitik, madalas nawawala, at hindi ko masagot kung bakit sila ganyan. Baka magtataas na naman ang kuryente. So of course, this one is equipped with Power Delivery 3.0 and Quick Charge 3.0. And of course, guys, this phone has 3 colors, though. So meron siyang Meteorite Gray, Moonlight White, and of course, yung Celestial Blue. Ako, I think yung Moonlight White is a good color. But of course, hawak natin itong Meteorite Gray. Makita mo yung design niya. Hindi lang siya just a plain gray color. Pag pinansin mo, nilapitan mo siya, mapapansin mo parang ang daming mga lines dito, no? Sobrang fine na lines. Okay? So, makita mo parang ano siya, binrush siya, parang niliha siya. Pero ang ganda na pagkaliha niya, no? Then parang in-applyan pa siya ng cutics. Parang ang ganda. Okay? Ang downside lang nito is, yeah, very fingerprint magnet, which is, of course, pag nilagyan mo naman casing, wala naman siya kaproblema. Now, talking about 5G, this phone is 5G ready, no? So, tinry natin si Globe, si Smart, yung 5G nila, no? It's working properly. Though, like I said sa previous video ko, there are real 5G and fake 5G. It depends naman sa cell site. Wala naman siyang kinalaman sa phone. Now, kinabit ko yung dalawang network na SIM card dito and nakapag-detect naman siya ng 5G. Walang problema, no? So, yeah, I'll show you yung 5G signal. Okay, so yan guys, kita natin, no, na yung dito SIM ko naka voice over LTE while yung smart ko naka 5G siya out of the box. And of course, and this one, the Xiaomi Mi 11T Pro, has 3 cameras starting with a 108MP na main lens. So, laruin natin sa Pro, no? So, sa Pro, pwede mo laruin itong mga lente. Okay? So, kita natin. Pwede mo pagpilian. Okay? So, ang wide lens niya is yung kanyang 108MP na aperture 1.8. Okay? So, yan ang pinaka-main sensor niya, which is the wide lens. Then, punta tayo sa ultra-wide lens. Na, okay? So, the ultra-wide lens, no, sabi ko mas wider ang scene, no, na makakapture mo using at the same standing point, no, compared kay wide lens, no. This one is a 8MP aperture 2.2 na lente, no. Sabi ko, it's nice, oh, kita mo. So, yung ultra-wide lens, sabi ko, very clear, no. Kita naman natin dito sa aking table, si Vegito ng Dragon Ball Super Heroes, no. It's definitely very, very detailed pa siya, okay, at this point. Of course, syempre, pag nilagay mo sa wide lens, teka, lipat lang natin. So, makita natin na mas clear pa siya, okay, using the wide lens. Now, ang kanyang macro lens is a 5MP na macro lens. Of course, syempre, hindi natin makita dito. But, pag nilapit natin, makita natin, ayan. Okay. So, ang macro, ginagamit natin siya within 10 centimeters ang distance para makita mo yung details ng mukha niya. Yung mga kung sakaling meron mga sugat ng mukha nito, or sakaling may kulangot ng kanyang ilong, or baka may muta ang kanyang mata. Makita mo dito sa macro lens. No? Okay, so yeah, pwede na paglaruan lahat yan sa Pro mode. And of course, yun ang dalagang very, gusto ko kay Xiaomi is they pack everything nice into this single camera, no? So, when you put it to the Pro mode, pwede mong ilagay sa 108MP. Kung gusto mo gamitin ng 108MP ng lens, ito, pipindutin, punta lang kayo sa more, pwede kayo mag 108MP. So, yeah, makita mo, halos billboard size na ang pwede mong kunin na picture in for editing, no. So, meron din siyang ganda na video dito. Ganda na feature dito, no. It's called the dual video. Now, nakita mo na nagre-record siya sabay, no. Front and back, no, while I'm talking here, yun ang vlog experience. That's what I call the vlog experience. When you nag-record ka ng something na front, gusto nakita ng tao, no, yung facial reaction mo. So, ano ang reaction mo doon sa nakita mong scene? It's really nice, no? And creative na pwede mo i-mix yung front and back sabay na nag-videos. So, it's definitely something that worth mentioning, no? And there's another one na tinatawag nilang, yung audio zoom, no? So, ito yung new feature dito sa phone na ito. Now, tinry ko siya, okay? So, merong something there na nangiingay. Let's say, nasi-zoom natin. Okay? So, yung sound, sumasabay. Lumalakas din siya at the same time, which is parang realistic siya, no? Na hindi ka lumalapit, okay? So, parang yung sensor nito, yung pinipick up na yung sounds, lumalapit, zoom in na, pati yung sound. Hindi lang yung video, but pati yung audio, nang zoom in. So, yun ang feature nito, no? It's a new feature. It's called the audio zoom. It's really nice and masarap siyang laruin, no? If you have time to play with this one, yung audio zoom is definitely one good feature na magandang laruin dito sa camera niya, no? So, of course, siyempre, was able to take a lot of good photos, this one. And, of course, guys, don't forget to check yung video ko, no? Previously na post ko from, which is the Ford Territory. The full video, no, guys, was vlog using this phone, the Xiaomi 11T Pro together with the Zion Smooth 4. Now, masasabi ko sa inyo, yung experience ko is really, really nice. No, I was able to take a lot of good photos, lalo ng mga bokeh shots. So, sabi ko, guys, it's really nice. Outdoor shots, really, really good. And some indoor shots, masasabi ko sa inyo, well, it's not really 100% na super duper ganda. Pero masasabi ko sa inyo, it's really worth mentioning kasi ang ganda eh. Ang ganda ng output niya. Lalo na sa mga night scene. It's really good. But of course, there are some times pa rin na medyo may kunting grainy. Hindi natin may iwasan. Of course, depende sa lightings natin yun, no? And of course, yung video nito, wala na akong masabi. Since nakapagkuha ko ng video using this one for the fourth territory na, na review ko, no? Buo, kinuha ko dito. Guys, just check it out. I'll post the link below para makita nyo, no, kung gaano kaganda talagang capability nito phone, no, for taking in videos. And it's really nice, no? Masabi ko sa inyo, it's taken at a 4K. And masabi ko sa inyo, it's really, really good, no? So, both front and back camera, masabi ko sa inyo, it's definitely amazing, okay? When you're using this phone for taking those videos. Grabe, guys, it's really nice. Now, playing games dito, no, Snapdragon 888, and definitely mga settings, high settings na set ko dito sa Call of Duty. The playing experience is definitely nice. Masabi ko siya, it's really smooth. Yung mga frame drops, sabi ko halos minimal lang siya. Halos mararamdaman. And yung response ng screen niya is very nice, no? And of course, playing this game with Harman Kardon speakers is definitely giving me a good experience, both visual and audio, no, dito sa phone nito. And yeah, masasabi ko when I'm playing this game, yung likod is something na very important sa akin. And yung camera bump niya is not very thick, no. As compared sa mga ibang previous phone ni Xiaomi, pag malaki ang 108MP ang kanyang sensor, grabe, laki ng tumbok. Talagang maiirita ka when you're holding at the back. Pag naglalaro ka, no, bisa gado, hawak mo. Parang ito, umbok na umbok. Medyo hirap, okay? So, of course, siyempre, we're buying some case, like yung Shandy Beatles series. Sabi ko siya, na nako-cover up naman siya, no? Pero, of course, siyempre, sometimes you just want to play it bare, okay? So, while playing dito, medyo umiinit dito, no? Undoubtedly, okay? Dito sa area na to, medyo umiinit. But, masasabi ko siya, tolerable naman siya. Of course, if you want it cooler, pwede kayo bumili ng mga game cooler, like the Black Shark cooler, pwede maglagay dito, no, para medyo lumamig dito sa part na to. When you want to play, syempre, long hours, like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, definitely, I highly suggest lagyan niya ng cooler dito. Para medyo lumamig-lamig naman siya, no. Diba? Kung syempre, pag umiinit yan, uminit ng ulo natin, mas lalo tayo matatalo. Pag cool ka lang, okay, like yung phone mo, cool na cool, ayan, you'll win more games pag malamig ang phone mo and malamig ang utak mo. Guys, do I recommend this phone? And masasabi ko siya definitely it's a yes. And masasabi ko siya I was able to play with this phone for roughly 2 weeks. Okay, so talagang binusisi ko siya. Chinek ko ang kanyang battery endurance. Okay, so this phone was able to last me through a day, buong araw, no, on a normal usage, like siyempre may social media, meron ding manood ng konting YouTube, and of course, konting gaming. Yeah, kaya niya magtagal ng 1 whole day. Of course, siyempre, yung brightness pwede mong ibaba siguro little below middle, below 50%, no, para medyo makatipid ka ng battery, no. So, it counts, no. And of course, when you're using Wi-Fi, mas tipid siya kaysa yun you're using mobile data. Mas mabilis maubos ang battery mo, and mas mabilis uminit ng phone mo, definitely, when you're using mobile data. So, dito sa Philippines, sa Xiaomi Mi 11T Pro na 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gig of storage is being sold at 27,990 pesos, while yung higher variant na, no, is 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gig of storage. Medyo mas mahal siya ng konti at 29,990. Kulang-kulang konti, 30,000 na siya, no? And if you're not really that much of a gamer type, okay na yung 8 gigs of RAM. But if you're somebody who likes to play a lot of games, medyo takot ka baka mag-hang, well, yeah, you can always go for the 12 gigs of RAM, no, dito sa phone na ito. overall, the experience dito sa phone na ito, masabi ko, it's really nice. Was able to enjoy watching videos, watching movies, playing games, multitasking. Okay, no problem. Pati pag navigate nito, no, using the maps, Google Maps, no, it's really a-okay. Now guys, kung gusto nyo malaman kung saan nyo pwede mabili itong phone na ito, and of course, I'll drop the link below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos here sa akin channel. And guys, I'm planning something. Probably will be announcing it pretty soon na I'll be having something called Gadget Psychic 12 Days of Christmas, no? It's a giveaway. And pinag-isipan ko pa yung mechanics, no? Just want to share you a little teaser dito sa video na ito na we are planning something good and big this Christmas. And of course, guys, don't forget yung akin Road to 100,000 giveaway. Meron, ongoing pa rin siya. Hindi pa rin natin na-achieve yung 100,000. Medyo malapit na. Konting support na lang from you guys. Will be raffling out yung 3 phones in no time once na nag-hit na 100,000. Guys, continue supporting Gadget Psychic, and of course, really appreciate all the support you've given me through the years, and definitely gusto ko rin magbigay, give you back, spread some love sa inyo sa aking mga fans, sa aking mga viewers, and it's really nice to parang part of the family na kayo, di ba? So guys, if you don't forget na mag-subscribe din, no? And of course, share nyo sa mga friends nyo para medyo mabilis na umabot ng 100,000. So ako pala si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up?